Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Dark Truth. Let me ask Evie a question. How was it for you being a young mom of 19, 20 years old, being pregnant? That's like fresh out of high school. How was that for you? Like, because aren't you? That's when people are thinking about going to college. Having fun. You weren't even 21 yet. So
the thing is, before I became a mom, I was the laziest person you could ever meet.
What?
Lazy, like nothing. I didn't do anything. I slept. When I woke up, I went to work and visited my now husband. Used to visit him. So my life revolved around being lazy. So when I became a mom, all of that switched. Even though I was young, I was like, oh no, I have to get it together because now I have somebody that's looking up to me, I can't have him looking at me sleeping, doing nothing. So the transition was hard though, because you don't know what you're gonna do, right? So when I gave birth, I'm like, okay, maybe I'll be a nurse, because my mom's a nurse, but everything was going wrong on my way to be a nurse. So yeah, it was, you think it's gonna be one way and then it's a completely different way.
Isn't that such a reality when, like, I don't know if you guys have depression or anxiety and things like that, but like I know I have depression.
Anxiety.
I'm so used to being the person that
It's in
has
control.
her curtains closed, stays in bed all day, doesn't leave. But like as a mom, you don't have that option no more.
Never.
You have to get out of bed. You have to get dressed. You have to get that baby ready.
You have to act happy.
Not act. You have to be happy because they can feel the difference.
Exactly.
They can tell when it's not
Yep.
genuine happiness. So it's like now you have to put on that A game
Yep.
24/7. There's no lazy days no more.
Yeah.
Nope.
It's so insane. Like,
No, I couldn't even sleep in. I'm like, I gotta feed this baby.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you brought that up because you answered two of our questions, Tammy. And I can see that we all agree that we're strong and we get the tower of strength from our children, right? Because they say that it takes a village to raise a child, right? But to us, it sounds like, we're our own village.
I was just about to say,
You
don't
push
feel
yourself up,
village.
you get yourself
I was
up.
just gonna say, where's the village? Because even though I have help,
Right.
okay, I have my husband and I have family, but my mom lives upstate, his mom lives in Jersey, so it's just us. My sister
Right.
lives downstairs, but she has her own life, so I
Right.
can't make her stop her life to.
That's
help
my
me.
difficulty. Everyone's like, you can rely on your family. This isn't the 80s no more, respectfully. Like,
Everyone
this
has a
isn't
life.
you drop your children at your grandmother's or you drop them off with your aunts and all that. No, it's different. People, now, we're all aspiring for something and people around us, I would hope the people around us are also aspiring for something. So it's like, you don't want to put people on the hold. I know that I have a village, but my village is extremely small, like limited to a hand. And that's because my son, I have a lot of amazing friends that would happily watch my son, but they don't have experience with watching children. They've never watched a child before. So it's like, for me personally, I am not comfortable yet with throwing him onto them. And then the one person that I do get the most help with, I was telling you earlier, my cousin, she's an inspiring lawyer. So I want her focus to be nothing but her schoolwork. Because she was 14 when her mom had another kid, 13. And she basically ended up raising her brother as her own.
Wow.
So to this day, I think he's in my house right now.
Oh my God.
I think he's sleeping over for the weekend. But even to this day, she's watching my little cousin. And it's like, okay, you go to school, you go to work, you watch him. I don't need you to be on top of Kairos. I appreciate when she does offer her help, but I'm not going to toss my child at nobody. So that's why I'm just if people don't see me struggling and offer, then honestly, I know closed mouths don't get fed, but I'm not one to really open up much.
There you go.
That's
Definitely.
I know it's both a blessing and a curse, but I'm not one to open up much when I need help. I just
Crush this,
do
sis. You
it.
said it.
I think
right to the point.
we definitely are all like that because as a mother, everybody looks at you as you're the strong one. You got this. You're in control. You woke up early. You
have
made
to be
breakfast. You
top,
fed the kids. She got it. She don't need a day off. Yes, we fucking do. Excuse me. Yes,
I need
we
a
do.
massage.
Yeah, I have 2 years since I gave birth saying I want to fucking go to a spa.
I bought a massage a year ago. Have I gone yet? No.
Oh, God.
Expired.
Which leads us to asking.
Yes. So not only are you guys mothers, you guys have your own business, including Miss GAC. I don't have my own business, but this is my baby right here. This is the beginning to what I'm about to be. So this is my shit. Talking my shit is my thing. But you know, you guys are creators. You guys established your own business. So I want you, Evie, to tell us a little bit about Evitro, because we were calling you guys by like Yvette Row. Oh, that's what it's called. Okay, Yvette Row.
Yeah.
You
So
know
tell
she's
us a little bit
Spanish.
about Yvette Row.
I like the roll of the R.
Yvette
We thought it
Row.
was Evitro.
Yes, tell us a little bit about that. You know, I see that you just you're wearing something that you made yourself, and how long has this been going on? What is this? Talk to us about.
So, okay, details. So I got my machine when I was 15, but I didn't even, it was random. In my mind, I wanted to be a nurse.
Oh, okay.
So it was random, but my grand aunt used to call my mom, and she used to be like, when I die, I'm going to give her my sewing machine. I was little, I was like 11. I used to look at my mom like, what the hell am I going to do with that? What am I going to do with her sewing machine? I don't even know what that is. But then randomly, when I was 15, I'm like, I want to learn how to sew. But I was 15, so I was distracted, you know? Boys, distracted.
Yeah.
So my sewing machine sat there. It sat, I think I took it out one time when I was 15. And I did it wrong, and I was like, this is so dumb. I looked at it.
You felt discouraged.
I was like, this is so dumb. I'm not doing this. So
Virgo.
I tucked it away, right?
It's funny, 2 Virgos and 2 Cancers.
Really? Oh my goodness. So I tucked it away, and then I gave birth to my son. So I had
19
time at
now,
home.
right?
I had time at home when I was 20. Well, I was at my husband's parents' house, and I had time. So I was like, let me take it out of the attic, and that's when it started, little by little. But I still went to school for nursing, like trying to get into the nursing program. Everything was going wrong.
What do you mean?
No.
What do you mean everything was going wrong? Yeah.
Okay, so I was living in Jersey at the time. So I would take the train to BMCC with my son, because he was 2, so he'll stay at the daycare, and I'll go upstairs and I'll take a class. I would fall asleep in the class. I was so bored. My mind was in sewing. My mind was, I was like, oh my goodness, I want to learn how to make all these things. So me and his dad, my now husband, we broke up. So I moved back to New York. I was like, I'm going to try to do nursing there, in the community college there. I went and I signed up. I couldn't sign up for the nursing program because I had to have lived there for 6 months.
Oh.
So during those 6 months, I was learning how to sew. I was
shit.
sewing. I YouTubed, I learned the basics, so I was there making stuff. I bumped into the courses in the school. They have fashion design. So during the 6 months, I told my mom, I was like, I don't want to be a nurse. I'm not going to be a nurse. So then I went to fashion design. So then that's when all of this came about. Little by little, making a little bag there, a little bag here, and then somebody will be like, oh, did you make that? And I'm like, yeah. They're like, can I buy it? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't know.
You're questioning.
Yeah, I'm like, what? You want to buy it?
Yeah, but you were questioning your talent. You didn't give yourself the chance to branch out there, and we want a little more detail. Like, did you start off with nothing, or you had a set amount planned, like money-wise, to start your nothing? That's interesting. So you just started off buying like material. You start off with a bag, a random
So I would
bag.
make one for myself. I would post it on whatever I have, Snapchat, and someone would be like, oh, I want to buy that. I'd be like, okay. You want to buy it? Okay. So then whatever, I would post it on, I had an Etsy first. I posted it on Etsy,
One moment. What year was this then?
2016.
2016. Okay.
Yep.
So your business was established in 2016. You can say
Not
that.
like a business. Not like with the paperwork.
started
Just me
You started like
starting
just
to get comfortable.
Get comfortable
starting to
with your
get
craft,
comfortable.
right?
And the only reason why I got comfortable is because I went to school. I'm a person, if I don't get taught something, I feel like I don't know how to do it right.
Okay.
So since I took the course and I got the design degree, then I was like, okay, now I'm confident. I know how to make the things, so I don't feel bad, because I would feel bad charging somebody something for something that I made. I don't know why. Yeah.
You felt like it wasn't worth the
Yeah.
amount you was charging.
Yeah,
Like, why
at
not?
the time, because I didn't feel like I knew enough. You know what I mean?
Felt that.
All right.
How about you, Tommy?
Yeah, so talk to us a little bit about your business, because I see that you have 2 businesses, right? Or no, or one? Well, I saw you have lashes.
I do.
And
So I do lash. I have Wings by Pillow, but that one is, I haven't been giving my all to that simply because you need to take at least 3 hours per client to lash. And I don't have 3 hours unless I'm not with my son. And I'm with my son 24/7. So that one I do put on the back burner, I'm not gonna lie. Unless like my regular clients write to me for like refills or they need a new set, then I'll happily do it for them. My main business, Kairos Confections. And I love it. Who knew I would be obsessed with chocolates? And I don't even like chocolate that much. I personally don't like chocolate, but I love working with chocolate. I learn, and the same thing you say, you don't like doing something unless you like learn about it. And I've taught myself all about chocolates, different ways to mess with it, mold it, the proper heating, like temperature wise. Like chocolate, dealing with chocolate is serious. People think it's nothing. It's serious. Like too hot, too cool, you burn it. Like it's a lot. But yeah, so my company is Kairos Confections. We are about to make a year, I believe, in February. And I love it, and it's something that not only I can do by myself, but my son can join in with me and help me out with, and that's my favorite. I love doing things with him. I love teaching him things, you know, being very hands-on with him, and he loves just eating all the scraps as they fall on the floor. We do everything from vegan, THC infused, alcohol infused, yeah, everything. We do cakesicles, pineapple rings. We originally started with just breakable hearts, which was like the little hammer, break the heart, you open up, have a surprise inside. We started out with that, and I had so much fun doing that, and people became so creative. People started approaching me with like really insane like themes, and I had to like really get into I remember someone wrote to me about wanting to do a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle box, and I was like, okay, cool. I could probably hand make some stencils. I was hand making stencils for a week.
oh my God.
One stencil, not multiple. I was hand making one stencil for a week. I was like sitting there with the X-Acto blade trying to perfectly, then I was trying to make an inverted stencil, which don't really exist, but I was making it happen.
What we do for clients, right?
Yeah, and honestly, it came out so good. And then I got an airbrush machine, and I learned all the different techniques. So I've been teaching myself along the way. I've been falling more and more in love with it. I'm in the process now of finally getting my LLC together to make us like a real together business, and I'm just so excited that like I found something that I enjoy doing. I have the time to do it. I can do it with my son, you know, and it's something I could teach him in the future that he can work on himself, or just do it for fun, you know. And that's the best part. As long as you do something you love, you never have to work a day in your life.
That's
and I know that sounds
true,
like
yep.
shit, excuse me, but it's not at all. It's really true. And isn't it crazy how we all decided like we don't want to work for people, we don't want to work a 9 to 5, so we came out with our own business, and now we work forever.
Yeah.
Now there's no days off. Now there's no breaks. I catch myself working till 4 a.m. sometimes because, you know, some days my son is a little much and I have to wait for him to go to sleep to really get what I need to do done. And so on those days, I'm not going to bed till 4 a.m, 5 a.m, but it's worth it. It's so worth it.
So so there's not really a schedule as to like this is my time to do my business stuff, and this because you're always with your son. You said you're nobody.
Yeah,
Right?
I'm always with him. He goes with his father on certain days, but yeah, so it's not. I don't really have a schedule. I kind of make my own. So the minute I get an order, I kind of give myself mentally the amount of time of when I can do what.
Okay.
I like, you know, fruit and stuff to be done freshly the day of, not the day before, not 2 days before. So that I handle the day of, but like everything else you can kind of do days prior. So like I kind of schedule out my days to like, okay, I'm going to focus on fondant this day, and I'm going to focus on like melting this day and molding this day and like all that stuff. And that's kind of how I branch out my schedules, like I don't get overwhelmed.
Hello, everyone. I am GAC. I sell sunglasses, acrylic rings, and handbags.
Girl, you're manufacturing. Like you have loads coming out.
Yeah, it's a lot, you know, and a lot of the times I have to ask someone, like, yo, help me, hold him down, let me do this, or when he's napping, I try to, like, scrunch.
Oh, the
a lot of
naps, yeah.
things in between, and it gets overwhelming for me because I give myself like, well, you have to do this by this, before he wakes up or while he's sleeping, and by the time he's sleeping at night, I want to go to sleep.
You want to
too.
go to sleep, exactly.
I'm like tired, and I have to focus on some things like posting and just.
Oh, I'm the
So it just
worst.
gets
Have y'all not
complicated.
noticed? I don't post. I need to work on that or hire somebody.
It's too much. Like that's one of the that's my next question. What's one of your obstacles that you guys deal with
That.
your business? And mine's is like posting
Yes.
and staying on top of my time. I'm very good with time management, but time to drop my next collection and then posting while at it. That's so hard for me. That's so hard for me. Like I can't wrap my head around doing all of that by myself and branding and how about you?
No, that's tough for me too. The posting, between the post, and by the time I'm done posting, I just want to lay down. Because you have to, and then you have to stay on top of it. You have the story, IG story, on your page, TikTok. Like you have to keep on with all of these social media accounts. It's hard. It's hard. Yeah, no, it's hard.
So the most I do social media wise is I post on my story and that's it. And I don't even respond back to people when they you see, I'm the worst when it comes, I just post and I disappear.
Yeah.
But I know that social media is such a good way to branch your business. It's the
Definitely.
best way to branch your business right now. And it's so hard for me to commit hours a day to not just making the product, but photographing the product, editing the photos, posting the photos, finding the perfect caption and hashtag for these. And in order to stay on the algorithm, you have to do that on a daily.
That's what you
And
have to
that's
get on
the difficult part. I'm trying to stay on the algorithm. I'm trying to keep us relevant, and it's just staying on the algorithm is the hardest freaking
It is.
part. That's the only real main struggle I have right now.
Yeah, that's my problem too.
Yeah, so right now, do you feel like you're running your business or your business is running you? How do you feel?
That's a hard one. Go first.
Well, just last week, the business was running with me. No, everything was going wrong. I ordered the fabric, they lost my fabric. Then they lost it twice. Then when I got it, it was the wrong color. And I had to ship it in 3 days. I had to make it, cut it, make it, ship. And then they damaged my another item. So I was done. I was like, why am I doing this? Let me just go get a regular job. Because why? Why am I doing this?
I just
But
need to
then
know, how was the end product? How did it end up?
everything was shipped out. The day after that, I sent out the emails.
But you got the proper everything? Okay, so
Yeah, because
good.
I chose a different company.
Okay.
Girl, you running that business.
Yeah.
You did it
You
on time.
definitely are running that
Let me
business.
tell you,
Let's give you a quick
you
clap for
did it
that.
because you did it on
Does
point.
not run you.
Girl, exactly.
And let me tell you, I wanted to ask you, what is the velocity of your drops? Because I feel like every time I look at your story, you're posting and you're making something. I feel like you're
Something
always
different.
on go. It's like you never got to stop on.
What she means is, how does your brain work?
Yeah,
My brain's always on go. Well, no, during the day, I'm with my son. I take my big one to school. Then I come straight to be with the little one. Then once he goes to sleep, that's it. I make sure I plan out on Sunday what needs to be done every single day. So I have to do something every single day. Whether it's cutting all the orders, and then the next day I'll stitch it up, and then a couple days later I'm packing it up. But I have to do something every day.
So sorry. Is your business running you or?
That's so hard. I don't know. I feel like some days it runs me, some days I'm on top of it. It really depends. So the month of October was a very busy month for me because of Halloween, a lot of spooky boxes, spooky berries going out. But at the same time, I had construction. I still have construction happening in my apartment. And it's everything is a madhouse over there, and I'm trying to be focused in the kitchen. I can't even be focused, and I'm not gonna lie, the month of October, Cairo's confection was running the shit out of me. It really was. But I try to stay on top of it. I have a huge calendar that's always the first thing I see in the morning, and the minute I get an order, I write it in, and then I think about how much work that order is going to take, what materials do I need, and like you said, I make sure each day of the week up to the time of the order that I'm keeping myself busy, I'm maintaining something, always making sure I have time for my son, putting that time aside, but again, I try to work when I don't have him as much as possible. The days that I don't have him is the days I set up like all my appointments, all my runarounds, when I pick up materials, like things like that. Because especially with this cold, I don't want him outside. And even though he's like the best accessory, not when I'm going shopping.
Yes.
Because then I shop for him. So
No, and that's the time that they take and want to be touching everything.
everything.
Yes, or crying.
Yes. So for all of us, myself as well, what is a tip that you want to give a mom entrepreneur?
For me personally, from me personally, speak up. Because like I said earlier, I could have a village, but when I'm hurting, I don't necessarily speak on it. When I do need help, I don't necessarily ask for it. That goes back to the closed mouths don't get fed. So for new moms who want who want to start a new business, definitely speak up on what it is you need. If you need a couple hours of your son to be with somebody else so you can just get focused and plan out, do that. You know, if you need help with materials financially, I know that's like the biggest thing, but like I know sometimes, so as far as like my business expenses, I have like a card specifically for Kairos Confections. If I don't have money on that card, well, guess what, I'm not buying any materials for that week, you know, because that is my business expense card. But I'm not gonna, I try to separate that way I'm not putting the money I'm making from my business into my personal expenses and then spending it, and I'm like, oh my God, I have no money to buy materials. So it's just kind of like speak up when you need that help, because that's like the main thing. We all want to be fearless. We all want to show that we got this, that we can do it, that we don't need nobody. Sometimes we do need people. We do need help, and that is okay. Everyone needs help at some point, and that is okay. There's nothing to be embarrassed or ashamed about.
That is definitely true. And I just want to do a little clap for that, because that you hit it right on the fucking nail with that one. That's something that because that's something that I had to learn the hard way. Like, I would never speak up. I would never be like, I'll just bottle it up, and like, I got this. I could do it all by myself. Like, I don't need anybody's help.
And then
I'll
you're
feel
exploding.
so overworked. Like, wow, I'm so tired. My body like just started giving up on me. I'm like, I feel like I have a cold, but it's just I'm so tired. I need to give myself a break. So an advice is definitely that I would give. Put yourself first. You know, think about yourself. Like, today I'm gonna take time for me to do something that I like to do. Really? That's mine. Like, I'm the type of person, I love hanging out with my friends and everything, but I'll take one day where I'm just disconnecting. Like, if you hit me up, you call me, I'm not picking up the fucking phone. People might as well think I'm fucking dead.
Oh.
But this is my day to just walk around, be in my house, be chilling, like, not think about, and I have to think about a solution, because I feel like sometimes when people call you, it's kind of like, oh my God, you don't know what happened. Oh, problem.
I kind of set myself up where I don't handle, I know this is like very bad. I don't care. I don't handle business on weekends. I don't handle business on weekends. The way I see it is, even if you used to work a 9 to 5, your weekends is your day. You need kind of some day to kind of come down on cleanse, even if it's just a Sunday. But I do not handle business on a weekend. Come back to me on business days. If I'm waiting for a refund and the bank tells me I need to wait 3 to 5 business days and that doesn't apply for Saturday and Sunday, then don't call me on a Saturday and Sunday. It doesn't apply. This is not a business day. Like, I only try to work on business days.
It's your turn, baby.
Okay. With me, I get messages from moms, and they ask me, "Oh, how do you do so much?" No. First of all, when I first started learning, you start with what you have, the time that you have. Start a little bit. If it's 5 minutes a day, start with 5 minutes. I would just set out a small amount of time in the beginning, you know, that I had to put towards whatever it is that I wanted to do. So don't think that you have to do so much at once, because they see Instagram stories and they think that, oh my God, I just did this. No, sometimes I record and then I won't post it until I'm like chilling, sitting down. I'll post it then, you know?
You recorded that 5 days.
Yeah, you know, like.
And they're inspired by your work because in their mind, they see you as this woman that can do it all. In their mind, they see you as like a super mom. Like, you're being a mom, you're running a business. But like I meant to add this before, but like one of the main things is don't rush your business. Your business can bloom out in a month, in a year, in 10 years. It doesn't matter. At some point, you're going to get to there. But don't rush it. If you don't get discouraged, because we were speaking about this back there, you know, like we're the type of people that if we don't get it right away, we're like,
You want to give up.
we're
Absolutely.
done. But don't do that. Kind of just go through the trials and the errors, because at the end, like I know my business, I'm pushing through. And some months I don't see any business at all. Some months I'm seeing really amazing business. So on those days I get no business, I feel a little discouraged, but I'm like, hey, just keep pushing through.
Absolutely. I completely
Christmas
agree
is
with
on the
you.
way.
Yeah.
Well, my tip is don't ever lower your value for anyone. Change your customers because, right? You work hard, you know, you brand yourself, you do everything yourself, like we had mentioned prior to this, and you're worth what you're asking for. If a piece of paper, you want to sell it for $100, do it. Because everybody else can, right? You don't question Supreme, you don't question Louis Vuitton.
Thank you.
None of them. So don't question our work. And if you want to buy it, buy it. And if you don't, don't. That's what I want to give all my mom entrepreneurs, and let that stick with you and all the tips that we gave here, right? Yes, but moving forward now, I want to ask you guys, because having a heart-to-heart with yourself is very important, right? Like a heart-to-heart conversation.
Like talking
Like,
to yourself,
yes,
like
giving yourself that
we all talk to
value.
ourselves, right? We all talk to
First
talk to
off,
yourself, right?
I give myself the best answers.
Yes, me too. So having a talk with yourself is very important, and it always leads to growth. I'm not sure if y'all aware with the Real Talk, the talk show.
Oh
Real
my
Talk.
gosh, yes, I
Yes,
love that.
Adrienne and all those wonderful ladies. So I was watching their talk show, and I came across this video, and they were talking to each other, and they was questioning each other, and I was like, I have to ask the girls this because this is very important for us as women and as mothers, because you need to talk to yourself and you need to ask yourself, am I doing the right thing right now? You know, am I being a good friend, a good mother, a good wife, a good girlfriend, or whatever it is? Am I doing the right thing? So as that person, as you're having the talk, I want to ask y'all, what's your favorite thing about yourself? So talk to yourself right now. What is your favorite part about yourself as a mother, entrepreneur, as a friend, wife, whatever?
That's my question. I love asking people that question. Like, what's your favorite thing about yourself? Because it always catches everybody off guard. Like, me? You're asking me what I love about me?
I feel like my favorite thing about myself is being a mom.
Yeah.
Being a
that's
mom
great.
has helped me so much, but not just in the
that.
aspect of motherhood, but within my own personal self. I feel like, you know, me personally, I have anxiety, depression, and OCD, and all of those play a big part in one another. And like, let's say if I'm angry, then like my OCD and my everything starts to like, I need a fucking clean, like, you know, all of this stuff. But like being a mother has, like I said earlier, has given me so much patience and so much more like understanding. And if anything, it's giving me more accountability too, because, you know, you see my son will grab something, like he'll grab your cup and toss it across the floor. Now there's juice everywhere, but it's like I can't be mad at him about that. I need to be mad about myself because I put the cup in a place where he was able to reach it and do all of that. That's my fault. That's not his fault. And I see myself going through those motions every day, where that type of understanding I never had with adults in the past. I used to be like, you fucking idiot, why would you do that? But like not taking any kind of how maybe my actions would have caused them to make those actions. Yeah. And I feel like within being a mother, it definitely opened my eyes a lot more to like how everyone plays a role in little things, so that way you're not kind of just getting frustrated off the first initial reaction.
And you want to know something? It's not always your fault either.
I'm
Things
not
happen.
saying it is.
No,
I'm
no,
a
no.
virgo.
I'm
It's
not
not
saying
my fault.
that you're saying
Yeah.
that it is, you know. But at the end of the day, I feel like I love that your favorite thing is being a mom, because that is something that definitely changed me as a person. Like my switch definitely flipped when I became a mom. Like I was such a party, I don't care about what's happening person. This is my life.
Heard it.
Next week I'll do whatever. And when I had a kid, that was like, God told me, sit the fuck down.
Right.
Definitely. That's what happened to me. But I love being a mom, but my favorite thing about myself is I could say maybe my charisma. my spirit. Like, I feel like I'm the type of person, I walk in the room, I want everybody to feel good. I want you to be laughing. I want you to be comfortable. Like, if I see that you're angry, I'll try to make a joke. She always tells me, like, oh, you want to be the clown now. No. But we're not about to be mad.
Like, really? She's always trying to make a joke out of everything. I just be so confused.
Me and her will have a little dispute, and she'll be like, okay, so you got jokes now, or like, you trying to be the clown. I'm like, I'm not joking, but I want you to be happy, you know, so let's
I love that about you too.
Yeah, I feel like before I used to get mad really easy, and I used to always like, ugh, but now I find a lot more joy, and I don't know where, but like I feel like I understand that. Like I don't know where, but like I understand that. Just finding the joy out of things, especially like the last 2 years has been really hard, fucking
So
trying
sad.
times.
The world is fucking sad.
It is, and you'll think that with everything going on, it made people kind of just slightly more understanding and a little more kinder to one another, because we all went through something very crazy. And no, there's
more
people
violence.
Yeah,
Maybe we're in New York.
okay.
This shit changing here. Nobody, the storm could cloud this bitch up, man. Nothing.
Yeah, because I was working an event last night, and I was just like, wow, people are still acting like this. This is crazy.
Definitely. My favorite thing about myself, I think, is I'm very forgiving. I feel like I can't be mad at someone for too long, no matter what you do to me. I will. No, hold up, baby. That grudge is gonna stay there. I'm a Cancer. I'm super sensitive. I think about everything 1,000 times, but I'm not gonna just sit there and be mad at you. I'll forgive you, but ain't shit ever gonna be the same, baby. Baby girl, like, it's just, that's how I rock. But I just love forgiving people because, you know, you live only once, and tomorrow's not promised, and I don't want, God forbid, anything to happen to that person or me, and I never said I forgive you or I'm sorry or anything like that. So I just love that. I just let things slide, but I'm gonna just, what happens, it's gonna stay in the back of my head.
You
but
read,
I'm gonna just move past it.
You read my mind just now. I was about to say, but like, are you like the forgive, or like the forgive, don't forget? Because I'm all for forgiveness, but there's certain people, like certain situations where like, yeah, you can forgive them, but you need to understand that now you've seen their real character. So just keep that in mind for future whatevers.
Hi, my name is Evie from Event Row, New York. I'm a cut and sew designer from New York. These are my handbags that I'm currently selling. They are affirmation handbags. They each have an affirmation that says, I attract limitless positive abundance, and the card holder is inside. Sending positive abundance to everyone that purchases a bag.
My favorite thing about myself is that I'm very firm in my decisions. So like, if I say that I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it, and you can't talk me out of doing it. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm already set, and you know, like, I'm not gonna. And you know, my boundaries are very firm. But the people that understand it, they respect it. They're the people for me. The people that don't get it, then I don't know what to tell you.
That's fine.
You know what I mean? Like, so that's what. And I like to show my son that because he's a people pleaser.
Which one? The oldest?
My oldest, yeah. So I have to show him, like, no, if you don't want to do something, you don't have to do it. You know, like, if it doesn't make you feel comfortable to do it, you don't have to do it. You know, be yourself, and that's fine.
And that's something actually very important because I feel like sometimes society kind of teaches you to be someone that people like.
Yes.
So necessarily, like,
Yes,
not that you always have to say yes. But, and this is to the next question, which is like, what is something that you don't like about yourself? And I'm a people pleaser. Like, I'll be the type of person that I'll definitely have all this shit on my back. And if you my friend and you ask me, yo, I need this to get done, I got you.
Yeah.
It don't even matter.
Even if you
I'm
already have
tired,
a
I
loan.
didn't sleep, whatever. I don't got no money. You ask me for something, I got you. Because I feel like in my head, I don't know how to describe it. Like, oh, God got me. I got my people, God got me. But I've also understood, like how you're saying that you tell your son, I have a kid now. You can't always be like that. You can't always be like, yo, you know what? My mom, my sister, somebody asked me for a favor, they need something, I'm about to get on it and do that. No, because you know what?
That's what
You're
I don't like
tired.
about myself.
That's what I don't like about
hate that about
I'd be like, yo,
myself.
whatever.
I'll be ready to jump the gun for my family, and it's just like, family is everything, yes, but will they hold you down like that too? Like, no shade, you know, like, will they do the same thing for you, you know? Will they reciprocate the same fucking energy and time?
No.
Right. Like right now, if you call your titi, send me $1,000. She ain't gonna send you that shit.
Yeah, literally.
My tia calls me right now, send me 1,000. I'll send her 2.
Yes.
But I pay it back next week though.
Period. That was literally me at 3 in the morning. My brother, amazing guy, amazing. But we're both entering. He already has an 11-year-old, but me and him both had. He had his second child, and I had my first child around the same time. We're a month apart or 2 months apart. And throughout this journey, I love my brother, whatever, but he don't call and ask how my son is doing. And he knows I do this by myself. He don't call to ask if I need anything, if I'm good, if I'm straight, if Cairo's straight. I don't care. You don't have to ask about me. Ask if Cairo's straight, whatever. Nothing at all. But I still accept it, you know, because me, the way I see it is once you see a person, you see their true colors, you can either ignore that always and get mad every single time they show it, or you can accept that this is who they are, so when they do show those colors, it doesn't bother you as much. It's more like, oh, I already expected this because this is, you know, this is you. So he doesn't help me out anyway. I get a call at 3 in the morning. This is the second call I've gotten in a week because he keeps thinking his girlfriend, who's now pregnant again, he keeps thinking she's going to labor. So now he's calling me asking if I could watch his 1-year-old. I've never met his 1-year-old. I've never met my brother's son. I heard his son.
What a fucking nerve.
Baby, don't do it.
I've heard all his son does is cry 24/7 unless you are a male. Right. Cheers. Fuck that kid.
No.
But you know, like,
but no.
As you, I feel like you should, you know, allow.
I don't know how to not say yes. I don't know how to not help,
so.
especially for children. But then after I said yes, I stepped back and I was like, wait, I have a 1-year-old of my own. Nobody helps me watch him, so I gotta watch my 1-year-old plus your 1-year-old. Your 1-year-old don't know me. He don't like me. He cries.
Remember what I said? I just hate about myself.
Yeah,
do it.
I know.
You know why? Because it's not the baby's fault. His girl will appreciate you. Fuck him. Yeah. You know what it's like to be in labor. You know what it's like to be uneasy on that bed, not knowing what about to go down. And imagine her in labor, not knowing if her kid's good, who her kid's with. If she knows that her kid is with her sisters, with his sisters, you know, with her sister-in-law, she's gonna be fine. She'll
Look at her opening my mind.
No, you want to know why? You always have to have a good heart at the end of the day.
A good heart don't always lead to good actions, though.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
Today you give a good lending hand, and tomorrow is, God forbid, Tammy dropped the baby while she was
So that was my thing. He asked me for assistance, and I said, sure, no problem. And then I told him right back to me with details as far as like when you're gonna stop by, how long I'm gonna have him, and I didn't hear from him for a week. After that, and until last night at 3 in the morning, I heard from him again because his wife was going into labor. So it's like that's not what you do. That's not respectful. You know,
it's because you're his little sister.
I am his little sister. Yes,
that's what it is. You to him, you always gotta be there. Like his mother gotta be there.
I was like, I don't think I'm gonna offer my help with him anymore, just because it's not appreciated. Like even if I don't need your help, I'm like, thank you so much for saying yes, but I don't need your help. And it was none of that. It was just silence until he needed me again. So yeah, I see what you saying there.
But do you sometimes ask yourself, like, do people don't like me for no reason? Like, why? What is it about me that causes people to act the way that they do?
She's like, no.
No, with me, I'm very, like I said, like I'm firm, and I'm very like headstrong, and I'm very serious. So when people see me, they're like, look at her with her serious face. Yeah, I look very mean. But it's not that I'm mean. I'm just reading the room. You know what I mean? Like, I'm always reading the room. If I don't have to say anything, I'm not going to speak unless I'm spoken to.
Facts.
You know? So, that's one thing that I'd like to change about myself. I wish I was charismatic. And, like, but I'm not.
Look how cute you look when you
But I can't do it.
She did it. Do it again. Yeah.
No, but I can't. It's just not me naturally. So I'm not a person that will force that. You know what I mean? So that pushes people away. So I wish that I wasn't so
straight face.
But you know what it is, Evitro? Because I'm going to call you Evitro.
Yeah, because this is Evitro. Like we was calling, you was Evitro and this is Pillow.
Yep. So being around people like that will cause you to be like that. Because something I don't like about myself is that I am a bitch. I come off so rude to
You say you
people.
like that?
No, I don't like that
Oh.
about myself. I feel like I come off very rude to people. And even if
I
I'm
don't
just
think
to
so.
you, because it's because you're one too. You're one too.
I guess.
So it comes off very differently, you know. But the fact that I'm always with her since I was in high school, it kind of rubbed off on me. I'd be sitting down, we walk into a spot, and I'd be the one like this, not even observing the room. I'm just like this. I would look at the floor. I don't want to look at nobody, and she'd be like, "Stop, stop." Smile, and I'm like, all right, her cheeriness is now rubbing off on me, and now I'm happy. Now I'm enjoying even the strangers, even the wildest people that I think I would be cool with. I'm enjoying the company. I'm chilling. I'm talking. I'm vibing because of who I'm with. The energy is rubbing off on me. So it's been so many years now that now I'm that way. Now I'm a BTCH, and I'm also a little. So I kind of got both now.
And you know what it is? And something about her that I could definitely say is sometimes we have to kind of know, like, what
to layer
things
the
you're going
wall?
to put on.
Oh, okay.
Am I, like, because I understand you. Like, you definitely, and I think you're the oldest one here, so you have a brain. You
How
have
old
some
are you?
experience.
I'm 21. Now I'm 30.
We all
Like I heard 3-0, but I'm
So you always been like that?
Wait,
Just real-
how old are
I
you?
was a kid.
25.
28.
24. Okay, baby.
You were August or September Virgo? Oh, that's why. No, I'm joking.
You know, my son is an August Virgo, and he definitely is August 22nd. He's a Leo, but he's not a Virgo actually. Yeah, he's a Leo, but he's a lot like a Virgo. Like he'll be like you.
He's probably
Right
on
now,
the. Wait, you said the 22nd?
The 22nd.
He's a cusp.
He's in the cusp. He's mad
He
serious.
didn't know what he wanted to be.
He didn't know what he wanted to be. He'll be serious. But you look like such a sweetheart to me. Like, you post your videos and you be like, serious, but I don't know, like, tú tienes como un flow, like, un airecito. That is not like, you're not that serious.
Oh, man.
That's hilarious.
It's just I need to like feel comfortable. I'm not gonna go in there anywhere loud. I'm not a person that's gonna be there and be rude to people. No, if someone speaks to me, I'm gonna speak back, and I'm not gonna speak back with a bad attitude or anything. Yeah, but I might stay quiet for like. I'll go to a place for 3 months. I'll stay quiet the whole 3 months. If nobody speaks to me, I'll be there like.
If nobody talks to you, so you wait until somebody approaches you then.
Yeah, I'm very shy.
I feel like growing up, I had an extremely outgoing personality, extremely bubbly. Put me in the room, and I'm going to talk to everybody in the room. Hey, how are you? I want to get to know everyone. And I feel like growing up, a lot of people took that off. Like, they took that as a certain, like, that's considered quote-unquote fake. But, like, no, that's just me getting to know everyone. And I feel like as we get older, we go through a lot of experiences and a lot of traumas, which then change the way we interact with people, the way we present ourselves to people. And I feel like throughout all my life's traumas, I became this more, like, I wouldn't say introvert. I don't believe in introverts. I don't believe in introverts, extroverts. I feel like that's bullshit. I feel like introverts are people who are just picky with who they choose to share their energy with. I don't think that they're closed out people. I just feel like they're very picky with who they choose to be themselves with.
I think that's
You
very
know?
true. Yeah.
So that's my only thing. So I feel like as I got older, I got like a little more introverted, and I just started becoming more careful with who I shared my energy with, who I opened up to. And because of that, then I became seen as like this bitch. Because I walk in the room and off the rip, I'm not like, hey, what's up? But I'm more just like, oh, and then I'll see the one person I do know and be like, hi! Pop up, bitch. You remember the pop up? I looked around, I was like, I don't know none of you hoes. And then I look over and I see GAC and I was like, ah!
Each other like, finally, somebody.
So, like, I feel like, it really depends. I don't think that it's never kind of something I don't think I don't like that about myself. I think I love that about, I feel like I'm just a little more reserved these days than I was before. you know?
Not everyone allows.
And now that I have a kid, I'm even more reserved because
Yeah.
my energy is my son's energy, so I tend to protect them all.
Not everyone deserves to be around that energy.
Exactly.
Or is
Definitely
allowed
true.
to be around that.
And you see my son's energy. He is a light. He's a light. So I don't want anyone to ever dim that.
So lovely.
I don't want anyone to ever dim my son's light.
Yes.
Let me ask you guys. So, you know, being that you guys are not for nothing, you know, a little bit older, you have 2 kids. And it's really interesting. You said that you split up with your now husband for a while. So you've been through a lot, in a way. You know, you had a lot of ups and downs.
Yeah.
In your life. So what is the best advice that you've received, or the worst advice, like something that definitely stuck to you?
The best advice was from my mother-in-law.
Your mom-in-law?
Yeah, she's a Cancer. No, she told me to make
All
sure.
these fucking cancers.
She told me to make sure that I always have something that I like to do.
Okay.
You know, so that have something that I like to do and make sure that I'm making my own money. You know, so I like that because in her telling me that, even though my mom always showed that, you know, but when you see a married woman, she's been married for 30 years, tell you that, because you put in your mind that a wife has to revolve her life around her husband and her kids. You know, when you see a wife tell you that, you're like, okay, so you can be a little selfish and do the things that you want to do as a mom and a wife.
Wait, so your mom was a single mom?
Yep.
So your mom was a single mom. You guys are 5 girls, right?
Now she's married, but
Now she's married.
while I was growing up, she was a single mom.
Okay, so
Did y'all have the same dad or?
No.
okay, so you had a single mom of 5 women. I just feel like it's so interesting because you're saying that you feel like your mom-in-law, because she was married, she gave you an advice that stuck with you. So what is an advice that your mom, as a single mom, gave you that has stuck with you? Because you are the oldest one, and it's 5 of you.
Well-
So like, aren't you like the second mom?
Yeah, I'm the mom. That's mom and I'm stepmom.
Yeah.
But no, my mom, she really didn't speak much. My mom is very firm.
Yeah.
So my mom told me, don't talk, do. Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican.
Period.
Okay.
Yeah, my mom always said, don't talk, do. Don't tell me all these things you want to do it.
Yes.
Because my mom doesn't like hearing all these things. You know, like, oh my goodness, I want to do this, I want to do that. No, my mom's like, okay, and then what are you doing? Yeah. But then my mother-in-law is the opposite. She wants to hear all the dreams.
That's beautiful.
You know, so I was able to get the balance.
Because my mom was never really like that. My mom, because she was very limited growing up, she felt like we were limited growing up. And because of that, when we would approach her with these aspirations, they were kind of very dimmed early before they'd even went into full effect. And that was mainly because, like, her aspirations were dim just because she was a young mom. My mom had her first kid at, like, 15, 16, me at 18, my brother at 21. So by the time she was legal to drink, she had a football team, you know? So, like, I feel like because of that, like, she got a lot of the things she wants to do within her life dimmed out. And when it came down for us, it was hard for her to find that will to make it happen for us. So we had to find it for ourselves. And that's why I think the way you have the mentality of that your mom gave you of, don't talk about it, do it. I have the mentality because I was never able to do it, only talk about it. I'm tired of talking about it, so I want to do it.
But at least
That's deep.
What are you gonna say?
At least you caught that, right?
Yeah.
So now you want to
Yeah.
be about whatever
Yep.
it is that because some people just spend their life talking.
And now who your mom is, I'm gonna be that mom to my son. Where I don't want to see somebody. You want to do it? Let's go get it. You want to do football? Let's go buy some pads. You want to go do dancing? Let's go buy some shorts. Like whatever it is, let's go do it. You know, like that's the type of mom I want to be. Whatever it is he want to do, I'm gonna support it. We gonna buy it full force, everything for that craft.
So you could definitely say that from your childhood to like you being a mom now, you flipped it.
My childhood made me want to do a complete 180 to the type of mom I want to be. No disrespect to my mom. I love you. I love my mom more than everything. I really do. very challenging relationship. We do. It's extremely challenging. I get PTSD just saying those words. But like, it's simply because I know she didn't know better. I know my mom didn't know better. I know my mom, my mom came from Puerto Rico, moved to the Bronx, went
We
straight
have
in.
immigrant parents.
Yeah,
It was different.
she went straight into partying, straight into all of that. She wanted to live that life. She didn't want to be, she wanted to be the rule breaker. It's cool. I know you're gonna watch this. Being a rule breaker is cool.
It is cool.
But like I know she went straight into that, and it's like then she had kids, and my grandmother didn't play that shit. I know my grandmother kicked her out and did all that stuff, brought her and she had a hard life. My mom had me at 18. I can't imagine having a child at 18. I can't. And no lie, because my mom had kids so young, that's what made me not want to have kids so young. That's what made me say my entire life, I'm not having a child till I'm 30. That's how I was. And I feel like because of that upbringing I had, I feel like we had so much, but we could have had so much more. We could have had so much more. And it was just because, like, she didn't know better, like, she didn't know how to really, like, handle her finances that well. Yeah. She didn't know what to really do with us, like, not to bring us up, but my aunt, she was also in the same boat, but my aunt, every time we went to her house, she always made sure we were out doing something fun. We was at the zoo, we was out fishing, we was out doing something on the boat, like, she always made sure we was being busy, and I appreciate that, because now that is how I want to raise my son. And my mom, the way she raised me, again, there's nothing against her. I know she didn't have the tools she needed, but because of my upbringing, yes, I'm self-aware of how it is I want to raise my son, and yes, the emotional and the love and the attention and everything it is I want to give him, and the focus I want to give him that I didn't have within myself, like from schooling. When it came down to needing help in homework, I didn't really have help in homework because my mom didn't, graduate high school. She didn't go to college and things like that. So, like, I didn't have those helps, and that's why I want to be there for my son as much. I don't regret the way I was brought up, but I take the way that I was brought up as a staple, as how I want to bring up my children. Yes. And I say children because I want more.
Yes.
And you want to give your son the life you never
yes.
had.
And so far,
say,
he's already like 10 steps ahead of me.
Yes. So shout outs to our moms, that
shout out to mommy.
Why we're such strong, independent women, and the reason why we want to be the mothers that we want to be, and it's better than our mothers. No shade to y'all, but
no shade
we
at
just
all.
want better for our children.
Yes,
we want
sir.
the life that y'all wanted to give us for them to have. So definitely, and this is brought up a lot on social media.
And you also have to think of the resources they had then. They probably did give us all they were able to give with the resources that was back then. Yeah. Now with the resources we have now are a lot, developed compared to back then. So we're able to give more. That's such a blessing.
Absolutely.
Let me say something. We are definitely able to give more because we definitely do have more resources. Like, we all grew up and we have all seen the growth of technology.
Yes.
Because I remember when I was young,
and government assistance.
Yes, and whatever, but technology the most. Because
essential.
When I was young, I remember like the first computer that was mad big.
I remember my mom having the block phone, the cell phone that was you could break someone's head with that shit.
24, 25. I'm 30, so
I'm very young.
I'm 28. I remember all that.
Listen, but I'm gonna tell you something.
I remember train tokens, okay?
I definitely do too. And even though we are younger than you, like, all right, 30, 28, 25, 24.
Like, can't relate.
I feel like as women, we were like, I was limited when I was younger because I grew up with my dad until a certain point, and he was all like, "You're a girl, like you're not about to do this, and that.
No.
You're not gonna use the computer." So I feel like I had MySpace and shit like that, but it was on the low. Like on the low and stuff like that. So we have seen the growth of social media.
Yes, we've
seen the impact that it has made into our lives, and not even our lives, the lives of our children. Because my son is 4, you guys have pandemic babies. She has a pre-pandemic baby.
Yeah.
So,
but my son is very into his tablet and YouTube
and social media and
the
technology. It has a huge role on our lives.
Yes.
How do you guys feel? I know I'm not the interviewer.
Wait,
Yeah,
but
How do you feel about your son with technology
I hate it.
with like iPads and
I
stuff?
hate it too.
hate it.
I
I'm a
don't do
little
that.
bit iffy about
Well,
it.
my son actually, it's just he's going through a phase right now, the terrible twos, and his way. It has to be his way or the highway. Like
I'm not ready.
I'm not like it's bad, sis. Like he sits down in the bed, and, mommy tablet. Mommy, turn on the TV, tablet. And if it's not the TV, it's the tablet. So I give him the TV, and then he wants a tablet.
I never introduced cell phones, tablets,
Me
rarely
either.
TV to
I mean,
my
I
son.
don't- not
My
to-
son gets 2 hours. I know this is stupid as hell. I don't care. My son gets like 2 hours of TV.
That's good.
He only gets in the iPad when his dad calls him. And the only time he sees my cell phone is when like my aunt, my mom, or like one of my family members is calling me. But other than that, we don't give him no phone.
I'm really trying, sis, but I didn't introduce this to him. My mother-in-law bought him the tablet, so I didn't really have the option to say no. I love the fact that she's very hands-on. I love my mother-in-law. She's like my mother. Like she does more for my son than I would do with activities. Like for December 1st, she bought him 4 advent calendars. She brought a
That was her. I was like,
She's
this
fucking-
kid.
bro,
Let me
she's
tell you
very
how I was
into it.
sitting in the room with my cousin and my friend, and I was like, this girl got her son not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 advent calendars.
Again, I'm 24.
Talk about
I'm still
spoiled.
learning. I don't know what an advent calendar was prior to my
You didn't
mother-in-law.
know?
I didn't celebrate Christmas like that.
Oh, really?
My mom is a 52, 50. I don't know my mom's age. She was born in 62. We don't celebrate Christmas like that in my house. We celebrate Christmas Eve.
I'm sorry, aren't you
style.
Dominican?
Yeah,
Oh,
but we don't do it
Christmas
like,
Eve, Christmas Eve.
we do
yeah.
now I do Christmas
this whole like
traditionally
American
white,
type
yeah,
of theme.
right.
Like, oh, we're gonna do
So
like
things are
25
different now.
days to Christmas type
Yeah.
of shit. Like Dominicans are not like that.
We don't
Yeah,
do that.
no. So
Right.
my family's super mixed. Dominican, Puerto Rican, Muslim, the Jamaican, everything. We celebrate Christmas Eve. But growing up, my mom and my dad, they always did something really cute. And like Christmas Day, we'll go to breakfast and we'll go to see a movie. We'll go to the
Me,
movies. And that's
I
about
do it
it.
the white people style now, no shade. My mother-in-law, she's
What's the
Puerto
white
Rican.
people style?
You dress up in PJs.
Oh, I
you
do
wake up
that?
at 24, you put Christmas. You
Oh,
put
so I'm
the-
white
the-
people as
the
fuck.
Cookies for Santa, the milk, you know, bro, the tree.
You got the
is
plate. You got the plate that says cookies for Santa
Maybe.
and milk cup here. You
Maybe.
got that? You made it with
Yes,
the cricket.
No, she got it. We love you, Agnes, which is Santa, my mother-in-law. Bro, she does so much. The living room you can't walk into.
You
'cause
got
there's so
Elf
much
on the
presents.
Shelf?
Yes. She drags it. Like, I love
You
this
got the
woman.
Elf on the Shelf
She's
hanging
turned-
from your fan?
No, I don't have that one yet.
Oh, you
because
need the Elf on the Shelf. Your son's 2 now. He's gonna love it.
I asked my man for it. He ordered it, but it hasn't gotten
Every
here yet.
Oh my
day-
god, I
every
feel
day
so
put
bad because I am not on any of this shit.
Yeah, and I'm
No,
very
every day
good
that
at
on
you
to.
you put the elf hanging from the ceiling.
Elf on
You
the
put him
shelf.
on the tree, messing
but
with the
I'm not-
thingy.
we're not
Like,
there
kids
yet.
love it. My
I
son, he
haven't-
sees it, he loves it. He's only 1.
I
Okay.
got caught moving the elf on the shelf. I won't have to do it no more.
Dike, I haven't transitioned that much.
Yeah, no.
You got caught?
Yes. I got
Dika,
caught.
that's like
My son is
showing your
9.
kids
This is
Santa
too
doesn't
much.
exist.
And then I told him, don't tell the little one because we're not doing it.
So how is it for you? You have a age gap.
Yeah.
Huge
What's your
age
age gap?
9 and then my baby's
Oh, I
1.
love it.
It's good.
It's good.
Yeah.
You
because
like it?
I'm like, can you get me the bottle
He
from the
helps you,
refrigerator?
right?
And then he'll get it for me.
That's
you know?
beautiful.
Yeah.
And when they're too young, there's a lot of jealousy. There's a lot of jealousy. I know right now my son is only 1. I can't have a kid no time soon because if I pick up another baby, if I hug my dog, he comes up to me like,
Y'all don't know what happened to me yesterday. I'm about to cry. I asked my son.
you ask if
I asked my son, I was like, Papi, you want a sibling? He was like, no. I was like, you don't want a brother or sister? He was like, And he did that, I'm like, Papi, what do you want? You want a brother or sister? He said, sister. Sister.
And later that night, she made a sister.
You're fucking I'm gonna make it loud. You're fucking wildin'. No, I didn't.
Later that night, she made a baby.
Not yet.
See you in 40 weeks.
He told me he wanted a sister, and I was like, wow.
Okay, so we're having a baby girl coming soon.
Nah.
It's
Yes, coming
Nah.
She's
Maybe when I get rich or something.
Fall of 2022.
Not happening, right?
My poor sis.
So when do you think you'll be ready to give him a sister?
I don't know. Maybe when I get a couple more coins, you know.
Okay,
It's not
no,
time.
that's
To
nice,
me,
that's
it's not
nice.
time. I want stability. I want that table to be like set for me. I
Is it
want a
disgusting?
nanny.
Is it disgusting that like I'm not even in a relationship? I have a 1-year-old and I just want to be pregnant so bad because I miss
It's
being
not
pregnant.
disgusting at all.
I just
That's
miss
beautiful.
the pregnant
That's beautiful.
Pregnancy is
stage.
amazing, but
You
I'm
wanna
not
know
ready for that
something?
stage.
I miss not having my menstrual. I miss eating whatever I wanted. I miss sleeping in without people asking. I miss not cleaning my cat litter. I miss not using heavy like Clorox and stuff. I miss not
No,
cleaning my
it's
house.
hilarious.
You just miss being babied.
Wait, no, I was never baby.
Wait,
my
did you watch
pregnancy.
our last episode?
Yeah, I did.
You watched it? Yeah. No, not yet. So
But I was
you guys-
never baby. Let's correct that. I was doing my own laundry, carrying heavy ass car up. We have no anything. I did everything for myself. People was like, "Tammy, you're pregnant." And I was like, "I'm not big yet. Give me a couple more weeks and I'll let you do things for me." But the whole time I didn't realize that I was really big. Cause to me, I didn't think I was big. To me, I thought I still had a couple months and I only had like a couple days. And I
Damn,
really
Tammy.
I didn't know what that was my first time, girl. I didn't know what to expect. I really thought I looked down, I looked up, I was like, nah, my belly not big.
Nah.
I still got a little longer. When that time comes, then you could do everything for me. And then I went straight into labor, and I was like, that's why you went into labor.
Girl, that's a whole other topic. We're not getting into that.
No, we're not getting into that. No, but I'm just saying, like, I was not lazy. I wish I
Listen,
was.
labor is too much.
Too much. I really want
Girl,
to
you
just get
telling me
back to
27 hours.
Tammy, I want to get back to what you were talking about.
Okay,
please,
let's go.
Because the toxins of social media and tablets and stuff on children. Because we all know that social media is very toxic, and we were talking about the image of women prior to that.
Thank God we don't have
conversation.
females.
And then, yeah, but we were talking about how toxic
No, but
social
it's
media can be.
very
and not
triggering
only-
for the boys too.
Yes, not only does it consume a lot of time, it takes up a lot of time from our children, our relationships, and from ourselves. When we're on social media, we tend to not take care of ourselves. We tend to not care what we're looking at. We expose our minds and ourselves to toxins, to toxicity.
So what I began
And not
doing.
even like when you give your kid the tablet, like sometimes
They're able
parents
to look
give
at
their kid
whatever.
yes, and the kid you see the kid with the finger. It's like, what depressing.
My
little
son has
person.
never gotten a tablet.
Yeah, you
and
can't
for
relate,
me
sis.
personally,
Good
what
for
I
you.
do is when I wake up in the morning, I started this. So my friend, Miss Leslie Cruz, she started this a couple months ago, and I saw this and I thought this was really good. Like when she wakes up in the morning, she gives herself 3 hours of not being on her phone.
I love that.
Not being on social media,
relate.
not being on her phone, not
Yeah,
being
I could
anything.
definitely
and
not
she
relate.
takes that time to just kind of gather herself, gather her mind, gather her children, because she has 2 beautiful boys. And I thought that was beautiful. I thought that was a good thing. And I used to do that. And I somewhere along the way, because I'm so like focused on my son and his thing, for me, being on social media is my way of getting away from being
It's
like
your time for
in that
yourself.
moment. So when I realized that, I was like, okay, let me try this out. And within the last 2 weeks, I've been trying it out. When I wake up off the rip, I'm not going on social media. I'm giving myself a good 3 hours to myself. And it does feel really good. It
Yeah.
does feel really good. It feels like a nice disconnect that you kind of need, because social media, like you said, it takes so much out of you.
much
So
time.
much out of you.
Like, do you guys, how toxic do you think social media is on the image of women? And, you know,
So I'm thankful I don't have a daughter due to social media, because with all the filters that they started adding on, and this is just me personally, with all the filters they started adding on Instagram, the way I see it is that how is a woman or a young girl supposed to love herself when these filters are doing nothing but showing these beauty standards that society is like engraving into our brains? And as a young girl, you do not know better. As a
Definitely.
4, 5, 6-year-old, you don't know better, but you see these eyes glistening, you see these lips nice and pouted, you see the softness on the face, and you think this
Yep.
is how you're supposed to look,
haven't took
and
a
that
normal
makes you
selfie,
kind of
sis.
hate yourself.
yeah, I haven't took
That's
a normal
definitely
selfie.
true.
You have not taken a normal
No.
selfie?
Yesterday was the first time in 2 years, I swear to God, that I did not take a picture with a filter.
Really?
So good on your story.
I feel like I see you not use a filter often.
No, you didn't have a filter on your
Listen.
story.
Yes.
Yesterday, the
And
first
I
time
feel
You
like
didn't, and you look really good.
you look beautiful. Yesterday,
filters be
actually.
making
Let
you
me
look
tell
like
But you
you.
see how
But-
filters, you see how filters kind of take over, because they kind of clear off they clear off all the
I never use those.
Not
I don't use
exactly. That's the perfect word to use for it. Self-love. Because at the end of the day, yes, they are imperfections, but we are supposed to love
But it's
every
so
part
weird.
of our
I don't
imperfections.
understand it. It's weird to me. Maybe because I'm old. I don't know.
But you're not even old, though.
Let me tell you
I don't
something.
use
When I turn on the
filters
filter
ever.
and my face goes like this and I see the switch, I'm like, I'm not using that.
I don't use
That's
filters
weird.
ever. The only time I use filters is this one that it blocks out my background because it puts me here and then it makes my background go like this.
Oh, the one with the color.
I use that one often because I don't want people to see like what's happening
Yeah.
behind me. But other than that, I try not to use filters as much
The
as
ones
possible.
that I'm talking about is the ones that your nose gets really little. Your
Yes,
lips gets
yes,
big.
yes,
No,
yes,
I have a
yes.
big nose. I
The
can't be
cheekbone.
here with a little nose on Instagram and they see me in person.
That
They're gonna be like,
you're the older one. What is your influence on social media? Like, what is your view on social media? How do you look on it? Do you allow your children to be on social media because your children have an age gap? Like, how do you handle that?
So with social, I use it to create. So the people I follow, they're creative, so they're doing something like how you guys are doing podcasts. They're doing something productive. They're not sitting there caring about what they look like.
Image.
Yeah, so I choose those kind of people to follow because if I'm following people that are pursuing their passion or their purpose, they're not really using the filters. So I don't really have to worry about, being pressured to use a filter on myself. So with my son, he likes to draw. And, he's a kid, so he sees other kids
Let that
with
boy
TikTok. And so he likes to draw. So I said, if you want to use it, you have to use it productively. You're not going to be on there, because
Thinking of the dances and shit like that.
when
you're not with
you
that.
hit 16, you don't want to go back and see you all offbeat doing those dances. Like, you're going to be mad. It's up there. I said, use it to draw. Use it to draw, and you could draw and get off of it. Yeah, so I monitor it, but it's not to be there every single day, paying attention to.
creative purposes. I love that.
And the younger one
I'm
too.
about to do that.
No, the younger one, he don't need to be on the phone.
You don't let him be on the
no,
phone.
no.
You're not.
He's too little. Mm-mm. No, he don't. No, and if he's not asking for it, I'm not gonna be like.
I'm starting to see my son is now becoming a little more intrigued with the electronics, especially like the iPad, just because he connects talking on the iPad to talking to his dad. So now he wants the iPad, and I don't give it to him unless it's for FaceTime use, because he's really good. We could be on the train, we can be out to eat, we can do all that. My son is not the kid where I need to take the phone and I need to prop it like this, and I need to put on like a show for him in order for him to calm down. And I love that. I love that he can like engage with us at the table, and I don't have to like put him in his own little dimension. And I know at some point people keep saying, oh, by you doing that, you're gonna keep him behind as far. No. Because if he's not using the technology, he could read about the technology. There's books.
That's
My
not
son
true.
loves books. My son
That's
loves reading
definitely
books.
true.
My son started talking at 9 months, and it wasn't because of the phone. My first started talking and walking at 9 months. It
My
wasn't
son
'cause
was
of the phone.
walking at 9 months.
My son now knows the tablet. When he first turned 2 years old, that was his gift from his grandmother. And she bought him like an Amazon tablet, not even an iPad, because I've been expressed. I don't want that. That's expensive.